everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about all the books that I plan to read in January. So the first book on my TBR for the first month of 2024, I can't believe it. Already 2024 is Brandon Sanderson's Warbreaker. Now, like I said in some other videos, Brandon Sanderson is a high priority for me in 2024. So yeah, this is another standalone by Brandon Sanderson, and it is pegged as a romance. So I am very excited to read this. One of the booktubers I watch, she just absolutely raves about this book. And so I really can't wait to read it. Plus, partly because I love Brandon Sanderson. So let's read the back. Warbreaker is the story of two sisters who happen to be princesses. The god king one of them has to marry, the lesser god, and an immortal trying to undo the mistakes he had made hundreds of years ago. Theirs is a world in which those who die in glory return as gods. A world transformed by biochromatic magic, a power based on an essence known as breath, which can only be collected one unit at a time from individual people. But it's worth it. By using breath and drawing upon the color in everyday objects, all manner of miracles and mischief can be performed. So, very excited. Two sisters, romance, different kind of magic system. It's my cup of tea. I cannot wait. The next book on my list is the third and final book of the Winnowing Flame trilogy by Jen Williams, and it is The Poison Song. So this series I've really enjoyed. The second book, it took me a little bit to get into it, and I'm not sure why. Maybe I read it at a time that I just didn't feel like reading it, but I pushed through it anyway. So hopefully I'm reading this final one at a time that I really feel like it. If I don't, I might push it off, but I really want to finish this trilogy. I have enjoyed it. It is super unique. And basically it takes place on a mythical world, and you've got humans, and you've got witches, and you've also got these beings called the Aborans, who are, in my opinion, they're kind of like vampires. Well, they've become that because their tree god just went dormant one day. And so the sap that they were drinking to keep them sustained and to live a long life wasn't being produced anymore. So they had to find another sustenance that would help them sustain their life force. And that was blood from the humans. Well, the problem was with drinking this blood, it caused them to be sick. So basically all of the Aborans are gone. There's only a handful left. And so that is where one of the main characters comes in. And then you've got his sister, and you've got a human, like basically archaeologist of some sort, historian or whatever. She's basically everything. And then you've got a witch. And they all team up because they have to save the world from, I'm going to say, these insect aliens, basically, is what they are. There's not another word for it. But it brings in sci-fi technology with fantasy. And it's so unique that it really drives you in. So I need to finish it. I need to figure out what's going on. So yeah, it's on my TBR. I'm going to read it. That's that. Next book on my TBR is the first book in the Hades and Persephone saga called A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. I read the back of this at the store and I just had to buy it. And I bought all three. They didn't have the second one there. So I immediately bought it off of Amazon. So I have all three. Am I going to marathon them? Probably not. Just because I've got so much to get through this year. But dark fantasy romance, Hades and Persephone, retelling like twist or whatever. It's just got everything. And plus, the cover's gorgeous. So that's me, at first seeing it, judging a book by its cover. But then I read the synopsis and I was like, yeah, I'm going to pick you up. So can't wait to get into this. I hope it has all the angst I want, all the morally grayness I want. Like, can't wait. The next book on my TBR is the third book in the Seven Realms series, The Grey Wolf Throne by Cinda Williams-Chima. I read the first two books in 2023, end of it, and it's so good. It's a YA series. It's got two people who you want them to be together, and right now they're not together, but they've got connection, and then a back history to all of it, and you've got sorcerers and like some mythical creatures in it, but mainly dragons, mainly magic and political scheming and all of that. So I just cannot wait to read the third installment. I'm probably gonna read this in January and the fourth one in February, just that way I can get it over and done with, because I need to know what happens. I need answers, because right now I've got questions. So reading the third one. Then the next book is something light, and usually these light books super quick for me to read, fun. You gotta have that in your life, especially if you're reading some dark stuff, which I read dark stuff. So this is A Winter in New York by Josie Silver, and it's a romance, but it seems like a lighthearted romance, and it takes place in the winter in New York, and just the atmosphere. And to be quite fair, I want some snow. And if I can't get snow in real life, I'm going to picture it in a book. So that's why I want to pick this up. Plus, the synopsis just sounds so lighthearted and fun and cozy. And I need some happiness in my life. So I'm going to pick this up. Next book, and yes, we're back to the darkness. It is The Foxglove King by Hannah Whitten. This is a dark fantasy romance, and it sounds great. Romance, political scheming again, dark secrets, and a little bit of an adventure. So I'm really excited to pick this up. The only thing that I don't like about this book is, and I don't know if you can see it, but the pages, they're not equal. And I know they did it, I think, to make it look a certain way. But I don't like it. I don't know why they made it look that way, because it's not. I've already skimmed through it to see if there's a reason why, and this to me would remind me of like an old journal. This is not a journal. So I'm a little upset about that. But other than that, I can't wait to read this book. And last, but definitely not least, and this will probably be going in through the first quarter, of 2024 because it is a chunk, like plus 1,000 pages chunk. But I'm officially doing it. I'm starting the Stormlight Archives. So I am going to be reading The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I am so excited. I'm ready. I am ready to dive in, and I want all of it. I want everything in the Cosmere. So I just can't wait. Let's read the synopsis. I long for the days before the last desolation, the age before the heralds abandoned us and the night's radiant turned against us, a time when there was still magic in the world and honor in the hearts of men. The world became ours, and yet we lost it. Victory proved to be the greatest test of all. Or was that victory illusory? Did our enemies come to recognize that the harder they fought, the fiercer our resistance? Fire and hammer will forge steel into a weapon, but if you abandon your sword, it eventually rusts away. There are 4 whom we watch. The first is the surgeon, forced to forsake healing to fight in the most brutal war of our time. The second is the assassin, a murderer who weeps as he kills. The third is the liar, a young woman who wears a scholar's mantle over the heart of a thief. The last is the prince, a warlord whose eyes have opened to the ancient past as his thirst for battle wanes. The world can change. Surge binding and shard wielding can return. The magics of ancient days become ours again. These 4 people are key. One of them may redeem us, and one of them will destroy us. It's great. I'm hooked. I can't wait. And like he's got like artwork and stuff in this. Like, I love it. It's great. I mean, yeah, it's 1,000+ pages, but I mean, look at that. It's got, I can't wait. Plus, it's floppy. It's a floppy paperback. I'm so excited. So, well, there you have it. That is my January TBR for 2024. We're starting off strong. So hopefully I can get through all of these. I do have a busy 2024. So I'm real excited. I can't wait. Don't forget, like and subscribe and be good people.
When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that